Hi, I'm Gobi from DSP Semester 3.
I am Kumar from DSP semester 3 also.
Good evening to all of you,
Yes, same thing also. How are you all there?
and we hope you all fine today.
Thank you.
And we are here today to record a video clip about ESL discussion. This video recording is basically for our communication English 2
Of course,
class.
this is about the English communication too. Well, today we want to express ourselves, or we want to explain what is body language all about.
Yes. So our topic discussion is today about body language. The topic was picked from the ESL discussion website, and now we are going to present the discussion by asking and answering some questions. We begin the discussion now. What are the main things we miss or misconception when reading someone's body language?
Well, the biggest problem with reading body language is context. While it is true that we can usually observe what someone is thinking, feeling, fearing, or desiring, oftentimes context affects what we see. At the time airport, we expect to see lip beating and neck touching stress relievers as flights are being cancelled, but those can be seen on a person at the restaurant if they suddenly remember that they have forgotten to turn off the iron. The mistake we make in seeing the body language but not following it up with a question such as, "Are you okay? Oh, what's wrong?" That is, I once sat across from someone who I thought was not having a good time with me, and as it turned out, she was concerned that she hadn't locked the door to her car for over an hour. Her context was car security, not the date.
So, how much do different cultures, upbringings play a part in a body language?
When we talk about the universal behaviors that we all share, controlled by the limbic brain, which controls emotional behaviors and motivation, but then there are those that are influenced by culture or totally cultural. Compressed limb is a universal behavior. We usually indicate that something is bothering us, as is eye blocking, covering eyes with hands or fingers. We do this all, but culture can influence how we perform behaviors, such as when we crinkle our nose up. If something smells really bad, in some cultures, this is done lightly, while in others, especially around the Mediterranean or Caribbean country, this can be exaggerated, looking almost caricature-like. So we say culture influences this, but doesn't get rid of them. And then, of course, there are strictly cultural cues, such as the American "okay thumb" sign, which I don't recommend doing it in Egypt because there is a panic gesture.
Alright, is there a distinction between honesty and openness, or are they essentially one and the same?
I would not mix the two together because you can see, be very honest in what you say, but if you feel threatened, for example in interrogation room, you may display behaviors that are close. I look at the physiological comfort, and when there is a psychological comfort, we see open, relaxed, broad gesture, we see more touching, more head tilt, more smiling. The minute these go away, or there is psychological discomfort, then we have to ask why not immediately associate with this deception. Is discomfort, and thus the less open gesture as a result of me. For example, the person simply doesn't like me. It is because of circumstances. Is it because of what is being discussed, or Is it because the person is concealing guilty knowledge? We don't know the cause until we explore it, even though we do observe the behaviors, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen.
Alright, well, I guess I can accept that. But as you have said, pathological liars have quite a different profile to the rest of us, in part because they are so practiced. For the rest of us, are there particular clues to lying?
Okay, well, for that, accomplished liars do it so often and so frequently and with such versatility that it is difficult to detect just from their body language. Even for professionals, we are no better than chance at detecting deception, 50-50 only. So in the face of a skilled liar, it becomes even more difficult. There are clues to lying. In fact, in my book, Clues to Deceit, I cover over 200 of them, but it is the example which I get from the net. It's about the clues to deceit it. It is not my book actually, but this is where I can find the answer. But in essence, we are looking for signs of psychological discomfort to then explore what is the cause behind it.
Okay, I guess I understand that. But could you tell me, what are some of the main types of body language?
Then it can be used to discover signs of lying most of the time. That is just not occurring in all circumstances and for all people. There are plenty of gangsters, mafiosi and psychopaths out there who lie all the time and don't get caught because for them lying is a tool for social survival. The other myth is that body language doesn't matter or we don't know what it means. We now know fairly much what all non-verbals means and in context that they can tell us what someone is thinking, feeling, desiring, fearing or intending. That means the outsiders who are trying to be fooled, such as the gangsters, mafiosi and psychopaths. They are so clever. They know already what is the body language. They know how to use a psychological method to fulfill whatever they desire. They say they rob the shop or they rob the banks or whatever the things. Their body gesture or their pose may scare or may threaten the people around them to fulfill whatever they want to do or they want to make it happen for their own profit.
Alright, okay, so I guess I can understand that. But could you tell me, what are the key things you look for when you meet a person and what do they tell you about them?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we first assess for danger, of course, as all primates do, and then we assess for status and we do this subconsciously. The next most important thing we should do consciously also is look for signs of comfort and discomfort, and that is what everybody is saying is about. If they are comfortable, then all is good. If we see signs of discomfort, then it is up to us to determine why. What is the cause so we can fix it.
Okay. Another one. Many people seems to misconstrue friendliness or affections with filtration. Okay. Are there any ways of delineating?
Okay. Filtering and affections are often displayed between cultural rules, so know where you are and make sure you understand what is being transmitted. Sometimes we just have to ask because you can get it all wrong. At the same time, some people give a lot of courtship cues accidentally, and so we see the repeated smile, eye gaze, or touch as being flirtatious when in fact they haven't mastered just being friendly. So it comes off as courtship displays.
Oh, it's like that. Alright. Another question. What has surprised you personally or been your biggest lesson about body language or the way people behave?
That is how honest it is. coming to America, for example, or to Malaysia, or any other country in this world as an immigrant who did not speak English, you can quickly learn that it is not what people say, but their behavior that really shows what they feel and think. It is the universal lingua franca. Ladies and gentlemen, when we go to any country, when we stay for the years, of course we will learn the language over there, and then we will try to understand the culture over there, and then we will adapt to their body language also. So the people over there may understand, even though we are the foreigners or we are the outsiders or the strangers, then when we communicate by using their language, they will understand the body language, and for sure they will give a cooperation or whatever thing that he desires and so on.
Yeah, I accept that because I can see personally in Malaysia we have a lot of foreigners workers, which is from Bangladesh, Nepal, and all of our country. They can live in Bahasa Melayu very fluently with the body language itself.
Yes.
So I guess I can understand that. So it is as much as 80% of our communication. How much we miscommunicating through our bodies, and what we do to communicate more clearly.
Okay. But we can say that non-verbal communication can be quite high, because what I can say here is the gesture, the posture and the face should be observed in clusters to provide a more accurate picture of person being observed. Here what I can say, another one more time. The body language by the non-verbal communication consists of eyes, not only the mouth, head, arms, hands, handshakes, legs, feet, and our personal space. Well, those senses of our body, are a helpline to express our communication. That means 100% in love making, for example, but it is all contextual. We don't really know the numbers 60 to 80% because it is contextually driven and can change in an instant. What we can say, it is that gesture and body language reflect what we think and feel, and so we look for them to complement our speech, and when they don't, then there is an issue.
Alright, okay. So to what extent do we influence others' physical behaviors?
Absolutely, this is a natural thing. You can affect others with non-verbal sometimes. Throw food on your blouse or shirt and go shake hands. Always there will be a registered negative emotions. Ladies and gentlemen, that is one of the example. When someone is angry, move back a little and stand sideways and watch as they become less angry. In fact, if you stand next to them but at arm's length, both facing the same way, it is very difficult for them to stay upset. This is confirmed. We are primates, and primates show aggression by facing off each other at close distance. So by doing the opposite, moving away, angling your body, you can diffuse the situation. Yes, that means the anger of the other person can be calm when we stand down a bit. So if we do the same thing, of course the anger will become a fighting or big arguments. I don't think so it is.
Alright, okay. So I guess I understand about the body language explanation which you have given just now. Thank you very much for the explanation and answering all the questions.
Okay. I also very thankful to the website, which is found that from the smh.com of Australia itself. We are taking information that from those websites. Thanks for those websites maker of this information that being downloaded on this website about the body language that we just now shared to you all, our dear ladies and gentlemen. We want to stop up to here our communication about the body language. I hope that this common thing about in our daily life about the body language can be understand more further to make our communication better, to prepare ourselves to be withstand with the outside situation, especially in the human community. Thank you.
Yeah, same also with me. I would like to credit my thank you to the SMH website and also the blogger over there and the ESL website as well as that. Okay, and also thank you for viewers. Thank you for watching us.
Thank you.